welcome back to my channel. So today we will start off with Python polymorphism, and I told you guys to find out what Python polymorphism is as our question or homework. So if you check like a dictionary, the word polymorphism means many forms, and in programming it refers to the methods, functions, and operators with the same name that can be executed on many objects or classes. The function polymorphism. An example of a Python function that can be used on a different object is the len function. So for strings, the len function returns a number of characters. In tuples, the len function returns the number of items that are in the tuple. For dictionaries, the len function returns the number of key value pairs in the dictionary. So class polymorphism is often used in class method, where we have multiple classes in the same method name. For example, let's say these three classes, car, boat, and plane, all are in the method of move. In this example right here, it's mostly showing us a category, which is move, so a vehicle that moves, and different vehicles. So we could have added more. Like this one has boat, car, and plane that go into the method here, move. And here it's going to show us what the cars are. A Ford, a Mustang, a boat, an Ibiza, and the Touring 20. So it's showing us a model and the type of the thing we're talking about, the car, boat, or plane. So that's what this code is about. So look at for the loop at the end, because polymorphism can execute the same method for all three classes. So we have the for loop right here at the end, and it's right now executing all three of the classes. So inheritance class polymorphism. What about classes with child classes with the same name? Can we use polymorphism there? Yes. If we use the example above to make a parent class called vehicle and make car, boat, and plane child classes of the vehicle, the child classes inherits the vehicle method but can override them. So let's say the vehicle is a tree, and the car, boat, and plane are the branches that go out that are created in the tree. So the child classes inherits the properties and methods from the parent class. In example above, you can see car class is empty, and we use the pass statement to not get an error. But it does inherit the brand, model, and the move from the vehicle. The boat and plane classes also inherit the brand, model, and move from the vehicle, but they both can override the move method. Because of polymorphism, we can execute the same method for all classes. Now we're going to move on to Python scope. A variable is only available from inside the region it is created. This is called the scope. Local scope. A variable created inside a function belongs to the local scope of that function and can be only used inside that function. A variable created inside a function is available inside that function. Function inside a function. As explained in the example above, the variable x is not outside of the function, but it will be available for any function inside the function. So the local variable can be accessed from a function within a function. Global scope. A variable created in the main body of the Python code is a global variable and belongs to the global scope. The global variable are available from any scope, global and local. Naming variables. If you operate the same variable name inside and outside of the function, Python will treat them as two separate variables, one available in the global scope outside the function and one available inside in the local scope. The global keyword. If you need to create a global variable but are stuck with a local scope, you use a global keyword. The global keyword makes a variable global. Also use a global keyword if you want to make a change in a global variable inside. So you can also use the global keyword if you want to make a local scope into a global variable. And now let's move on to Python modules. What is a module? Consider a module as the same thing as a code library. a file containing a set of functions you want to include in your application. To create a module, just save the code you want in a file with the file extension .py. Here it's saving the code in the file named mymodule.py. Use a module. Now you can use a module we just created by using the import statement. When you are using a function from a module, use the syntax module underscore name dot function underscore name. Variables in a module. The module can contain functions as already described, but also variables of all types. Arrays, dictionary, objects / classes, or like sets, tuples, etc. Save this code in the file mymodule.py. Import the module name mymodule and access the person1 in the dictionary. Naming a module. You can name a module file whatever you would like, but it must have a file extension .py. Renaming a module. You can create an alias when you import a module by using the as keyword. Built-in modules. There are several built-in modules in Python which you can import whenever you like. Import and use the platform module. Using the dir function. There's a built-in function to list all the function names or variable names in the module. The dir or the dir function. The dir function can be used on all modules, also the ones you created yourself. Import from module. You can choose to import only parts from a module by using the from keyword. A note to self is when importing using the from keyword, do not use the module name when referring to the element. Example, person1 age, not mymodule.person1 age. So don't add the mymodule dot to it. Now let's move to dates, Python dates. So a date in Python is not a data type on its own, but we can import a module named datetime to work with dates and date objects. So import the datetime module to display the current date. So they use the datetime module for now in this code, and yes, it is. If you go on to this right now, you will see your current date, but this is mine. So the date output. When we execute the code from the example above, the results will be 2023 11/06. So the date contains the year, the month, the day, the hour, and the minute, the seconds, and the microseconds. The datetime module has many methods to return the information about date object. Here are a few examples. You will learn about them later in this chapter. Return the year and the name of the weekday. Creating a date object. To create a date, we use the datetime class constructor of the datetime module. The datetime class requires 3 parameters to create a date: the year, the month, the day. Create a date object. The datetime class also takes parameter from the time zone, hour, minute, second, microsecond, and t-zone, but they are optional and has a default value of 0, none for time zone. The strf time method. The datetime object has a method for formatting date objects into readable strings. This method is called the strf time and can take one parameter from format to specify the format and return a string. So that's it for today, and the homework is going to be for you guys to go through all the format of the legal code thing, all of them, and then check if there's any, do the modules exercise, and check if there's any like exercises that you skipped, or if there's any exercises that you got wrong, and redo them. That's it for today, and see you in my next lesson. Bye-bye.